Tonight on Wiseguy.
How many people did you kill?
Did Mr. Ketcher's orders include murdering people?
You were basically murdering people.
I believed I was acting in the best interest.
I know nothing about mercenaries, Senator Delaney.
I'm resigning.
Don't do that.
Never want to see another lie as long as I live.
The Senate Committee on Inter-American Affairs and Intelligence today begins its public hearings. The committee has been charged with investigating allegedly unauthorized and illegal covert operations in the Caribbean Basin, specifically with regard to a plot to overthrow the government of the nation of Il Pavot. One key player who will not appear before the committee is billionaire Mal Profit, who's alleged to have financed in whole or in part the takeover of Il Pavot. Profit died several weeks ago of a drug overdose. In a bizarre Viking funeral, his body was torched and then set adrift on Long Island Sound by his sister Susan, who was later committed to a mental institution. Sources have told this reporter that the involvement of Profit, a private citizen, in the coup attempt on Il Pavot will be linked to elements of the intelligence community, all the way to the Council of Security Advisors and its chairman, retired Admiral Walter Striken, whose office is located in the White House. With the arrival of the first witness, that process is about to begin. This is Barbara Elkin in Washington.
Admiral Striken's office.
Is the Admiral in?
Who's calling, please?
Herb Ketcher, it's vital that
I'm sorry, the Admiral's not in right now.
Oh, when do you expect him?
I'm not sure, but if you'd like to leave a message...
I've called him 12 times in the last 2 days. He has my number.
Then we will be getting back to you.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
We are now just moments away from the start of these Senate investigative hearings. Senator Pickering's 10-member committee of
Where's Lococco?
senators will, over the next 3
He's upstairs.
days, will a parade of witnesses who have been
Anything from on high about getting them immunity?
Well, last time I asked the RD, his exact words to me were, Frank, we're the Bureau. Lococco's an agency man. We do not cross-pollinate.
That stinks, man.
I'm surprised he's not watching this, seeing how it's his butt in the witness chair tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he likes the unexpected. He does it, too. You know, I never thought he'd agree to stay here under wraps.
What other choices does he have?
He's turning over on a lot of powerful people. Now, he's got to know that Ketcher and his friends would love to drill him a third eye.
Well, Christmas came early for me this year, Frank. The subpoena from the committee, it's like a present under the tree.
And what makes you think those senators are going to believe what you have to say?
I was there when the whole Il Pavot thing was taking shape. I know Ketcher was behind it.
Ketcher will discredit your testimony in 2 seconds.
Well, what are you talking about? I'm a federal agent.
That committee subpoenaed you because you are Vinnie Terranova, former employee of the former Mel Profit. Now, you can say what you want about Herb Ketcher and the plot to overthrow, but sooner or later, Senator Getzloff and her pack of wolves are going to get their chance at you. And I will bet you dollars to donuts she's going to ask you what it felt like to pull the trigger for Sonny Steelgrave. You're still in the game, Vince. Orders are, if you're subpoenaed, you are not to testify as an agent.
Hey, look, I want to get Ketcher, and I'm willing to put myself on the line to do it. But I'm not willing to ruin the rest of my life for nothing.
And what does that mean?
Look, Frank, you may think this job is who you are, but I don't. I want to get the hell out of it someday. I want to fight with my wife and play with my kids, worry about my taxes and crabgrass. But if I testify on national television as a button man for the mob, none of that is ever going to happen. Because as far as anybody I'd care about is concerned, I'd be a leper. So I'm either going to appear before the committee as Vinnie Terranova, O.C.B. operative, or I'm not going to appear at all.
Could we bring this hearing room to order, please? Mr. Lalonde, would you please stand? Raise your right hand. Henri Lalonde, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give this committee is the truth, and that you testify without reservation or purpose of evasion?
I do.
Senator Delaney?
I want to welcome you, Mr. Lalonde. Is it fair to say that you have advocated the overthrow of the recognized government of Il Pavot?
It is a totalitarian regime which seized power by fraudulent means.
So you have advocated the overthrow of a recognized government, haven't you?
Surely even you, Senator Delaney, would agree that excising this cancer of despotism in the hemisphere would be of interest not only to my people, but to the United States as well.
By what means would you excise this cancer?
The chains of a people cannot be broken merely by words.
So we're talking a mercenary invasion?
Followed by a free and democratic election.
That you would win?
Only if it were the will of the people.
Mr. Chairman, does the senator need a simpler explanation of free and democratic?
Mr. Chairman, this is my time, isn't it?
Oh, I wasn't aware that this time belonged to any one individual, Mr. Chairman, but to the American people.
I may be wrong, but I thought this time belonged to the searching for truth.
Indeed, Mr. Chairman. Who first proposed the idea of a coup by which you became president of Il Pavot?
My friend, Herbert Ketcher.
Were you aware that Mr. Ketcher is a member of the United States intelligence community?
Yes.
Who was going to hire and equip the mercenaries who were going to stage the invasion?
Herbert Ketcher.
Admiral Striken's office.
I have to speak to the Admiral now. I don't give a damn about his
I'm
meeting.
sorry, the Admiral's not available.
I am being crucified. He has to speak to me. I will not be
The Admiral
ignored.
has your number. We'll get back to
Any
you later.
senior official, any member of the Council of Security Advisors. Did he ever mention the name of retired Admiral Striken, chairman of that council?
No.
In all the time you worked with him, he never said a single word about who he was working for?
It was my belief he was working for the cause of freedom, which I'm sure you are, Senator.
This whole thing is being laid on me alone. If you think I am going to slowly twist in the wind without company...
That's what these are for. Affidavits registering you as a representative of a foreign government. Sign them, and we'll backdate. We'll use them to support the notion that you were engaged in political re-education on Il Pavot. That you had no idea that Lalonde was planning an invasion.
Lenhard, the committee's not deaf. They heard the man say with immunity that I was the one...
He has no documentation. But you can produce proof of payments to him in the amount of $7 million. Payments we intended for Democratic Voice of the Caribbean broadcasts. Publication of pro-Western pamphlets and filmic documentaries, but which he rerouted to the accounts of fictitious corporations for his personal use. He's a thief, Herb. His character can easily be brought into question. That's the tack the Admiral strongly feels that we have to take. The Admiral is well aware of the role that you've played in the program, and he appreciates the loyalty that you've shown him. He believes when loyalty is received, it must be returned. There are smooth waters ahead, Herb.
It's one of the marshals picking you up.
9:45. 10 o'clock, I'll be in front of the committee. By the end of the day, it'll all
Listen,
be
Frank's
over.
talking with the brass about getting you immunity.
Immunity? Couldn't mean less to me. You're talking to a man whose future is a thing of the past. Remember my friend Bobby Carl? He's gonna train my mercenaries for that invasion?
Yeah?
He and I spent 3 tours in Nam. He came back, moved to Utah, survivalist. He could sense danger like an animal. Check it out. Gee, I guess he didn't see that 2-ton truck bearing down on him at 80 miles an hour. They're not gonna get me, Vince.
Running all the time's a rotten way to live,
No,
Roger.
you missed the point. You see, when the end comes, I want it to be on my terms.
Roger, why don't you take the immunity, or at least the witness program?
Oh, forget about it. Your deal. Remember that day at that motel in Stockton? You're sitting around trying to buy artillery from that clown by the pool. Man, I fell for your act like a kid in short pants. And when Ketcher would order me to whack you, I'd always find some reason not to do it. All of a sudden, it's starting to make sense to me. You and I were flip side of the same coin, brother. So you got a subpoena, too.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
The O.C.B. wants me to testify as a hood, which means my testimony's a joke.
Well, from their point of view, it makes perfect sense. They don't want to lose a player. And their point of view is the only point of view that they're looking at. Vinnie, you're a jerk. You play by their rules, and what have you got to show for it? Nothing. And when you go down in a hail of gunfire, they're gonna pretend you never even existed. Your mother will get a nice letter of condolence and $300 a month. At least I got to keep some of my ill-gotten gains.
Been squirreling it away?
You better believe it. For a long and cold winter. That's if I make it through the fall. If I don't, maybe I'll put a log in the fire for you and Mama Terranova.
Yeah, I don't want your money, Roger. Hey, man, you saved my life a couple of times. I want to even up the score.
The only way you can do that is throw your badge down in front of that committee. Corroborate my testimony as a federal agent. And that's something your boys will never let you do.
Hello?
Walter, Herb Ketcher.
I've got company. I'll have to call you back. Yes?
How's it going, Nat?
I'm fine. Who's this?
Herb Ketcher.
Hello?
Don't hang up on me, Gordy.
Herb?
Yeah.
Get real, Herb. I can't talk to you.
Yeah, nobody can talk to me. I mean, what happened to the men who...
Discreet escort?
Yeah, I need, company.
Mr. Ketcher,
Herb.
I'm Monique Herb.
Do you always keep it this dark in here?
Right now I do.
I understand. I've been following the hearings.
Great. An educated tart. Sorry, nothing personal.
Of course not. Probably feel all alone. Unprotected. You're taking all the flack. No wonder you need company.
Your stomach feels like a gravel pit.
There are people who care about you, though. I'm here. You feel any better? Come on, Herb. I know you're a man. Other people know you're a man, too.
Damn it.
If you're rushing to leave, I can never get dressed that quickly.
Well, let yourself out. Can we do this again?
Anytime. I'll leave my private number on your nightstand.
You're beautiful.
And as my grandmother used to say, may you be a long time in heaven before the devil knows you're gone. The test of your mettle are moments like these, to see if a man's prepared to cross the Rubicon. Excuse me, I have to go potty. Didn't Lenhart talk to you?
Lococco's testifying tomorrow. He's gonna crucify me.
The only thing we have to fear, Herb. Lococco's testimony isn't worth spit. He's a lunatic renegade off on some illusionary mission. And that's how we'll paint him. Your testimony will mute Lalonde's. You were doing your duty, keeping the lines open with a potential sympathetic foreign leader.
Terranova's with the O.C.B. If
You are looking at diminished capacity in its raw state. Now get a grip on yourself. Our mission is scrubbed. The O.C.B. can't afford to let Terranova testify as an agent. He's too valuable to be given up for a failed mission. He'll testify, but as one of Lococco's thugs. Now, how much weight do you think that carries?
my skin is being torn off.
Look for the logic. How else can they play it? You'll be left with a few battle scars. That's all. You're doing the noble thing, and I'll see to it that you get everything that you justifiably deserve. That's a promise. But, you and I haven't had contact. Not now, not for the last 2 years, except for the, infrequent casual telephone chat. Stay here another 5 minutes. We should avoid being seen together. Hey, Herb, quit worrying about Lococco.
Come to order, please.
You're a certified war hero, aren't you, Mr. Lococco?
I serve my country, sir.
And after serving your country, you were recruited by the CIA.
I became a field operative after the fall of Saigon, yes, sir.
And you were recruited by?
Herb Ketcher.
And what did Mr. Ketcher order you to do while under his supervision?
I was involved in various covert activities from 1974 to 1986. People I work with might be in jeopardy by any further comment on those activities.
But you were basically murdering people.
Mr. Chairman, is Senator Getzloff been given carte blanche to interrupt me?
I apologize. It's just hard for me to sit here in silence knowing that you're making this murderer out to be a hero.
This is intolerable.
We will try and remember, this is the United States Senate and not the D.C. dog pound.
I admire your concern for your colleagues, Mr. Lococco. This operation was done in the name of national security.
Yes, sir.
According to whom?
Herb Ketcher.
You were under direct orders from Herbert Ketcher?
Yes, sir.
And did Mr. Ketcher's orders include murdering people?
I believed I was acting in the best interest of our nation.
So did Adolf Eichmann.
Mr. Chairman.
This man is a confessed murderer, a terrorist. And now he's looking to lay off his actions on a
Mr. Chairman.
patriotic American, which I
Madam Senator.
The parameters of this committee are specifically Il Pavot and Mr. Lococco's involvement with Mel Proper.
We're going to recess for the weekend.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Lococco must finish testifying today. He is at significant risk.
Mr. Lococco is well protected. These hearings are recessed for the weekend.
You want me to testify as a button man?
Asking an awful lot, aren't they?
Damn right they are.
Thanks for the help, Uncle.
Don't want the world to see you as a hired killer.
I mean, they're nailing Roger to a cross. They're gonna put one up for me, and Kitcher's gonna get off as some innocent who got conned by 2 hitmen.
Come clean. Gonna tell the world you were undercover for the O.C.B.
What other choice do I got?
What about going behind a screen?
Oh, come on, Frank. What kind of truth is delivered in a brown paper bag? Who's gonna believe it? Now, the only way Roger's testimony has any legitimacy is if I come out and say what I know in the light of day. I'm not gonna send out notes from under a rock.
Out in the open as an O.C.B. agent. That'll say something.
That's right.
You won't be able to go back under.
Well, I don't know that I want to.
That'll make it hard on other guys under. Organizations they've infiltrated will be taking a real hard look at all their employees. Ah, but that'll pass. Some old acquaintances might recognize you as the enemy, might come gunning for you. But you live with that anyway. Maybe the entire program comes under scrutiny. Maybe it folds, but you will have an honest moment. Maybe it's worth it. Even if it is self-indulgent.
Thanks for coming down, Uncle. I needed the support. You carry more weight with him than anybody.
Yeah, well, we got him thinking anyway.
Vince?
How's it look, Frank? Is this what you want?
Come on, Vince.
This is it, right? This is how I go before the nation as Agent X? How did I end up here?
Ah, most honorable Vince. Chinese downstairs.
No, thanks.
What's this? Going to a masquerade?
It's a proper attire for the Inquisition, isn't it?
Look, Vince, you do this thing, you do it for yourself. You don't do it for me.
All I ever wanted was to be a cop. I had this naive notion about keeping it simple. You hurt somebody, you're out of here. Take something that isn't yours, psst, you're gone. I joined the bureau because I figured, that's the ultimate cop.
Yeah. And you realize that it's okay to break the law, just so long as you don't transgress policy.
Take the driver, check front.
Stay down.
No kidding.
You're supposed to stay away from the windows in the front.
He's gone, Frank.
How do you know?
Because I would be. I'm out of here.
The hell you are.
I am not taking my last breath as a sitting duck.
You're gonna stay and you're gonna testify again.
Mr. McPike? Area's clean. No sign of anyone.
There's a car in the garage. I want the keys.
You're gonna stay and you're gonna testify.
I have to be alive to do that.
Give him the keys, Frank.
Are you kidding me? I can't do that.
That's exactly what they think. That's why it's the only way I'm likely to get out of here with my skin.
Go on, give him the keys.
Thanks.
We'll never see him again.
He'll be there.
If he isn't,
Then we'll light a candle and pray for his soul.
Vinnie. Put the gun down. I'm alone. You followed?
Yeah, for a while. I don't know if it was the company or the Bureau, but whoever it was is halfway to Baltimore by now. I've been turning this city upside down since you split last night.
Nice to be wanted. Tell McPike not to worry. I'll be in the witness chair on Monday morning.
Where'd you get that?
Well, Mel's a little bit of a squirrel himself. But this is nothing. These signature cards provide the bearer with access to 3 of Mel's Swiss accounts. You know how much?
I got a rough idea.
Let me smooth it out for you. Over 100 million. If things go down the way I think they will, it's all yours. Do with it what you want.
Going back to the safe house, Roger.
The hell we are. Take your hands off of me.
I'm trying to help you.
Take your hands off of me.
Son of a bitch. There might be a way out of this if you give me a chance to find it. Why you gotta play the martyr?
I've gotta go about this my own way. I thought you, of all people, would understand. I'll be in touch, Buckwheat.
It's all right. The strain you're under, Herb. Just knowing that you want me is enough.
Damn Lococco. 50 million people heard him say I was some kind of psychotic zealot.
But when you take the stand, you can tell them the truth. You can tell them all who gave you your orders.
No. I have a responsibility to protect my superiors as they have to protect me. That's a sacred responsibility, Monique.
Yes. You're a man of honor, Herb.
Thank you.
I have another client. He's been watching the hearings, too. He wanted me to let you know if there's anything he can do for you. I mean, anything at all. It would be his privilege. Legal fees, whatever.
What does he do?
I think he's in publishing.
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Quiet, please. Counselor, is your client, Mr. Lococco, present?
Mr. Chairman, I'm afraid he is not.
You realize your client's button right up against a charge of contempt.
I have not communicated with Mr. Lococco since Friday night, when the attempt was made on his life.
Counselor, you have 10 minutes to produce your client, or this committee will issue a warrant.
My apologies for being late, Mr. Chairman.
I'm reminding the witness he's still under oath. We only have a few questions left.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Getzloff.
During the time you worked for Mel Profit, how many people did you kill?
I really don't know, Senator.
Well, I realize it's tough keeping track.
Excuse me, Senator, with all due respect, I'm not going to make excuses for what I've done. The people I associated with were drug traffickers, sellers of human beings. It was absolutely vital that I set my cover with Mel Profit.
Convince him that I was a loyal and reliable employee so that I could eventually direct him towards the plan to take over Il Pavo.
And that was a course of action you decided to take entirely on your own.
No, Senator, let me make this absolutely clear. That was a plan outlined to me by Herb Ketcher.
No further questions at this time?
Mr. Lococco, why did you blow the whistle on the Il Pavo operation?
I was lied to, Senator. It came to my attention that the beneficiary of the takeover of Il Pavo was not going to be the people of Il Pavo, nor the people of the United States, but rather Henry Lalonde and his friends at Unified Bottling Corporation.
Now, you've come before this committee without a grant of immunity and obviously at great personal peril. I'd like to know why.
I've left a lot of friends lying under crosses all over this globe. They died for something more than increased profits for corporate Americana. For them, freedom wasn't some abstract idea. It was as tangible and as personal as the right to make up your own mind about how you want to live. That's why I'm here, Senator. I'm here because they can't be.
Thank you, Mr. Lococco.
Mr. Lococco, you're excused pending further investigation of these allegations against you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
This committee now calls Herbert W. Ketcher.
I don't think you realize what you've done.
Oh, yes, I do, Herb. Yes, I do.
Raise your right hand, please. Herbert W. Ketcher, do you swear the testimony you're about to give this committee is the truth, and that you testify without reservation or purpose of evasion?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Your understanding of the purpose of the money that you gave to Mr. Lalonde and Mr.
They just okayed Lococco for the witness program.
Frank, that's great.
He won't go for it, will he?
No. Thanks for taking the shot.
You expect to hear from him?
He said he'd be in touch if he's able to. I'm sure he will.
This witness has every right to
This
present
witness
a...
is perfectly
Mr. Ketcher, please continue, if you will.
I know nothing about mercenaries, Senator Delaney.
Mr. Lococco said you ordered him to procure and train them.
In 1974, I judged Roger Lococco to be one of the finest young men I'd ever met. But as our association continued, it became clear to me that he suffered from certain delusionary conditions, a sense of paranoia, an inability to deal with stress in a logical, non-confrontational manner, and an almost blind ambition that renders him unable to see the subtleties that many of our operations require.
And to what do you attribute that, Mr. Ketcher?
Agent Orange.
Mr. Ketcher, an expert on the effects of Agent Orange? I mean, what kind of evidence can he produce that indicates Mr. Lococco was ever exposed to that defoliant, let alone ingested quantities of elite
Mr.
diminished
Chairman,
capacity?
I ask you...
I'll move off that for a moment. What did Admiral Striken have to do with Operation Il Pavo?
His involvement was spiritual.
Oh, well, you're really going to have to explain that.
Gladly, Senator. It was his spirit that fueled the idea of political realignment of Il Pavo through democratic means. In that spirit, I was able to obtain funding as part of covert operations. At no time was the Admiral, did he authorize, nor was he aware of the subversion of funds by Lococco and Lalonde. Admiral Striken is one of the preeminent patriotic thinkers this country has ever produced. He believes, as do the American people, that the strength of democracy lies in its ability to win people to its cause without the use of force. This nation owes him a great debt, a debt that, in my humble opinion, it can never repay.
This just came for you, Vinnie.
Oh, thanks.
This is Sullivan. Pick up a gold Oldsmobile headed west on K Street. Could be Terranova.
Ready, sir?
So you do exercises that affect this side going on? Very common. It sounded like this was actually
There was an today. By the way,
To protect the officer's identity, we will refer to him as John. John, you have been sworn before this committee.
Yes, sir, I have.
Tell us what brings you here today.
I'm an undercover operative for the Organized Crime Bureau.
In that capacity, I infiltrated Mel Prophet's business. And through that infiltration, I became aware of an overthrow.
Admiral Striken's office.
Yeah, I need to speak to Admiral Striken.
I'm sorry. He's not in right now.
Don't tell me he's not there.
Who was in charge of these mercenaries?
Herbert Ketcher.
And did you actually see Mr. Ketcher with the mercenaries?
Yes, I did. He arrived with Henri Lalonde.
And had a briefcase that contained several $100,000, recon photos, and launch strategy timetables for the invasion of
Is this the briefcase?
Yes, sir, it is.
Is this all the evidence you have against Mr. Ketcher?
Through travel and phone records, we have established that Herbert Ketcher's movements duplicate those of Roger Lococco's. And through phone records, we established that Herb Ketcher has made contact with
Admiral Striken.
Do you have transcripts of conversations between Striken and Ketcher?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Do you have any physical evidence that Striken and Ketcher actually talked to one another?
Only records that show that Ketcher's telephone was frequently online with Admiral Striken's.
Did Lococco or Ketcher ever mention Admiral Striken?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever seen Admiral Striken?
No, ma'am.
Do you think Roger Lococco was a sane man?
I'm not sure I know how to answer that question.
Well, that seems pretty simple. Yes or no?
None of this is simple.
Well, you were with him for a long period of time. Do you have any personal judgment?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
I believe that Roger Lococco's patriotism was subverted by Machiavellian forces within the government.
Are you saying that this former tough, independent war hero suddenly became a puppet?
People can be blinded by their beliefs.
A man blinded by his beliefs is allowing delusions to determine his actions.
Mr. Lococco was not deluded.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
That's all.
You have a closing statement, John?
Yes, sir, I do. Sometimes, in the pursuit of principles, we lose sight of those principles and get caught up in the adrenaline that comes with the pursuit.
Has that happened to you?
It's a disease that is caused by ambition. And yes, Senator, I've been too ambitious. What about you? Now, Roger was blinded by his pursuit. But his vision returned. He understood his guilt.
And he tried to redeem himself for it in testifying to this committee.
Now, he died for that testimony. And whatever footnote he may hold in history, at least for me, Roger Lococco died a hero.
Thank you, John.
Hello?
Monique, can you come over?
I'll be right there.
Ah, great. Thanks.
We have quiet, please. Admiral Striken, please stand. Raise your right hand. Admiral Striken, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give this committee is the truth, and that you testify without reservation or purpose of evasion?
I do, sir.
You said some good things, Vince.
It doesn't matter. We'll skate. I won't be coming back, Frank. You're okay.
What are you doing?
I'm resigning.
Don't do that.
Frank, it's done. Never want to see another lie as long as I live.
I will turn this into a 6-month leave.
Frank, it is what it is. You take care of yourself.
I suppose, in retrospect, I should have smelled that something was amiss. But Mr. Ketcher's duties, as I expected them to be exercised, was simply the maintenance of a relationship with Henri Lalonde, an exile leader of Il Pavot. I had no idea that that relationship would terminate in an airplane hangar on the eve of an illegal invasion of a sovereign nation.
You actually expect this committee to believe that Herbert Ketcher was acting without your authority or knowledge?
I'm embarrassed to admit it. And insofar as Mr. Ketcher clung to my political philosophy and perverted it, I accept the responsibility for his actions.
God, he's destroying me.
How would you explain his actions?
That would be better left for psychiatrists.
Do you want to meet my friend?
You mean this entire scheme was a single act of a lunatic?
I believe Herb lost sight of principle in favor of ambition. I believe he fantasized that a successful invasion of Pavot would herald his return to Washington. I believe Herb actually felt that we would forgive his means if he reached a successful end.
Yes.
What Herb failed to understand is that there is no excuse for subverting democracy in order to arrive at it.
Monique's wonderful, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. She, tells me you're in some kind of, publishing?
I'm in all forms of the media business, Mr. Ketcher. What you've been through, what you know has value we're willing to make an offer on.
What kind of offer?
Political asylum.
Asylum?
You're a man without a country, Herb. The end result of plausible deniability. There's a very real possibility the Justice Department's going to come through that door any second now and confine you behind bars for the rest of your life. If you're willing to leave immediately, I'll provide you with a new life in the Soviet Union.
You're nuts. What kind of life could I have in your country?
What kind of life do you have here? Look, we're not exactly doing backflips for your citizenship, Herb. We're reluctantly willing to accept you into our home in exchange for your knowledge of U.S. government affairs and whatever little media value we can exploit out of your defection. Take it or leave it. Monique's job is here in Washington.
I'm gonna turn you over. I'm gonna turn you over to the State Department.
We intercepted a phone call you made to an escort service, and we sent you one of our own. Now you take us to the State Department. All they'll have a record of is you're soliciting a prostitute. Yes or no? Right now.
Excuse me.
Been living in the shadows for 2 years now, Uncle Mike.
Vince, I really don't want to lose you.
You're not going to. I'll keep in touch. One way or the other.
Take care of yourself, son. You deserve it.
Thanks, Uncle Mike. For everything. Excuse me.